Welcome everyone to CHAZ Chat Gaming, and today I'd like to discuss Stalker 2 and the DLC news that we just got. Is Skif returning for this DLC? Let's get right into this, guys. Now, with the DLC, obviously I've already covered some of this, guys, but with this DLC, we're going to get a bunch of new content, a bunch of new stories, but the rumor mill has been flowing with what we're going to see in this DLC. And I'm reading here on Video Gamer and Fever that you will be playing as a different character other than Skiff. And some players are eager, some are disappointed. And I can kind of understand where the disappointed ones are coming from. When I read this, I was kind of hurt because I really do enjoy playing as Skiff. His story in the Stalker 2 universe has been phenomenal. It's added to the story. It's amazing. He's a good protagonist. And I personally think that if we don't get Skiff, I think that we're going to get someone that is from a previous game, maybe Scar, maybe see what his background story is, how he went from being so normal to being this crazed lunatic in the zone and trying to destroy everything. But with this DLC, I personally think that the actual map and story that is going to come with this DLC is going to be completely separate from the actual story of Stalker 2. I believe that if we're going to play as a different protagonist, that we will have a separate mode for the DLC. It won't be just added on to the actual story of Stalker 2. Now, if we're playing a skiff, I think it's just going to be added into the story and it's going to have a natural fluidity to it. You can just log into your story and all the content and missions will be added to your PDA in game. But honestly, if we're playing as a different character, that will not happen. It will probably be a separate mode because I don't see how they could do it the other way around. But if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know some of the things you want to see in the DLC. And with the DLC comes a new story and comes new mutants, possibly new mutants. Well, with us getting new maps, new characters, why not throw in new mutants? We might be getting new mutants to Stalker 2. Now, I have mixed reviews with this and mixed feelings with this because of the fact that I want all of this in the actual game. I don't want this to be a side content thing or a side mode, kind of like multiplayer or co-op. I want this in the actual story. So if I go to start a new game, these mutants and this DLC content, it's all wrapped up into one big ball into the story of Stalker 2. And if you're a fan of cinematic movies, video games, animated films, anything like that, you're going to love this news that I have for you here. We will be getting better and more realistic cinematic experience when it comes to the cutscenes with this DLC as well, with both of the DLCs as well. Um, the devs have promised many, many things with these DLCs from launch. Now, they confirmed the two DLCs before launch and said this is what we'll be getting. Look forward to it. And then this last year, they fixed the game remarkably. It's done a full turnaround, and I'm so happy with the money that I've spent on this game. I bought the Ultimate Edition, and I'm going to say I am fully satisfied with Stalker 2. But having said all of that, we're going to be getting cinematic mode when it comes to this DLC. We're going to be getting more realistic cutscenes, more like a movie, which tells me that the Unreal Engine overhaul will be coming first. I know I've said that many times before, but we're going to get the Unreal Engine first, just so the DLC looks crisp and pristine. But the devs have done many sit-down interviews on the DLC topic, so if you do not believe me here, go look it up for yourself. But I'm going to quote one of the devs. The main goal is quality add-on, more iconic gameplay moments for the series, more story, a focus on memorable characters, and explaining old and new mysteries of the Stalker world. But believe me when I say this, guys, that the devs are paying attention. They know what the fans are asking for. They know all the little bugs and glitches and all of this. If you think they don't, they do. They really know what they're doing, and they're not looking for a cash grab here, guys. They're looking for a quality content release, a quality DLC, an expansion. And that's why it's taken them a little bit longer than expected. A lot of people are like, why didn't we get one this year? If we would have gotten a DLC this year, this game would have been so broken and it would have been so terrible, and there would have been so many people complaining about it. So I'm very glad that the devs are taking their time when it comes to this DLC in the release of this DLC. And I'm going to give you one more quote when they answered about if Skif is going to return. We're really proud of how Skif has turned out as a protagonist of Stalker 2 and the role he plays in the series, but you'll have to wait a bit longer for the specific details. And like I said, guys, these are exact quotes that I'm quoting here. So these are things that you can go look up for yourselves and read online. But it sounds a lot like the devs aren't sure if Skif is going to return, or maybe they just don't want to tell us. I think that they know that a lot of the fans are extremely attached to Skiff, just kind of like with RDR2, people get attached to Arthur Morgan, and they kind of drag out the game a little bit because you don't want him to die. You know he's going to die, but you don't want him to die. You don't want to have to watch that happen, so you drag out the game. So the possibilities for this DLC are endless, it seems. We could be getting new character, playable character, new maps, new weapons, new stories, new artifacts, new mutants, and it only goes on and on, guys. But let me know what you would like to see in this DLC. Are you excited to play as a new character or an old character in Stalker 2? And what else would you like to see be added? It seems like they're really listening to the fans, and it seems like they're really paying attention to what we want as old and new Stalker fans. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. CHAZ Chat is out.